Hey everybody, absolutely massive news in the MLB space today, or at least as massive as has happened in this offseason, which is that the 10-time Gold Glover Nolan Arenado has been moved from the Cardinals to the Arizona Diamondbacks. And what's more, the Cardinals really got nothing in return besides a little bit of salary relief. You see, he's owed over $42 million over the next 2 seasons, and Arizona will receive $31 million from the Cardinals to offset that cost, which means essentially that Arizona is going to have to pay about $11 million for a future Hall of Famer. Now, I can't necessarily say that this is a bad move for the Cardinals to make. That salary relief of $11 million, because they technically also did get 22-year-old Jack Martinez in the trade, which I'll look at in a little bit for his numbers, but honestly, this is more just a salary dump move. Like I was saying, you can't really necessarily blame the Cardinals. Look at his numbers over the last 4 seasons. We had a literally third place MVP finish in 2022. Then he fell off pretty hard in 2023 and has just been trickling down ever since. Last year had an absolutely devilish OPS of 666. Ridiculous. Basically the lowest numbers of his entire career, where he played a relatively complete season, 107 games, dealt with some injuries. But for those who are going to say that maybe, it was an injury-marred season and he'll be able to bounce back next year, this has pretty much been who he's been for the last couple seasons. Look at his overall exit velocity in the bottom 10% of Major League Baseball routinely. His max exit velocity is not impressive. He's not really barreling up balls. His barrel percent and barrels per plate appearance have been absolutely atrocious. Look at that 2022. 40 barrels the whole season. Over the last 2 seasons, he literally has 30 combined. None of his expected numbers are good, and they never really have been. He's always been a pulled air merchant. But as you can see, that number by itself, over the last couple of seasons, has really fallen too. He got to his career high of 30% in 2022, and it's just been falling ever since. And he really needs to be able to pull the ball in the air with maybe a little more authority than he's shown over the last couple seasons to be a good player. Additionally, and I think this is maybe the most concerning aspect for me personally, his fielding's fallen off a cliff since that 2022 as well. Last 2 seasons, or the next 2 seasons after that, were pretty good. 12 fielding runs had him amongst the best in the major leagues in those 2 seasons combined. But last year, 2 is not impressive. He's a moderately above average performer at the hot corner. And considering he's going to continue to age, he's going to continue to learn, he's going to continue to lose his athleticism, I don't know how well that bodes for the future. But with that being said, is this a really high-risk move for the Diamondbacks? No, you get a veteran presence on that lineup. I'm going to go ahead and show you what that adds now to this overall roster construction. He's going to slide in at third base, batting 6th, Fangraph says. Honestly, I could see him hitting a little lower than that, but still, in that ballpark as well, where baseballs absolutely fly, I could see him returning to around a 700 OPS, maybe let's say between 3 and 5 fielding runs. A solid contributor on a club that has postseason aspirations. I don't think it's a bad move for them. And again, for the Cardinals, I don't think it's a bad move either. Yeah, they got a guy who had a college ERA north of 5, but he did strike out some guys, and per every available metric that I could find on him, he seems to have decent stuff. Well, whether he'll be able to actually harness that in anything productive is anybody's guess, but they get $11 million, the Cardinals do, in salary relief. Whereas, and the Diamondbacks get a veteran contributor who can put forward quality at-bats on a team that aims to make the playoffs. Overall, solid move for both squads. It is kind of sad to see Arenado, a future Hall of Famer, I think by pretty much any metric you want to look at, having fallen so far as to now no longer be worth even a big league caliber player. But such is the time that we're in. And you know what? I am happy for him. He's going to finally go to a competitive team for the first time in a couple seasons. You guys be sure to let me know what you think of this move in the comments below. Thanks for checking in. Alright everybody, if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching. And if you did, consider checking out any of these other videos on your screen right now for other content just like this. Also, if you ever see anything you'd like to see me detail in the video, feel free to reach out to my email, basebpoet@gmail.com, and if I end up using your idea, I'll give you a shout out. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.